What's up, guys? Welcome to November. We just received the October stats from Treb, and it's time for the monthly market update. Let's go. All right, so let's kick things off with sales activity. Sales activity in the month of October was at a 20-year low. That's pretty much all that you need to know. But if you want the numbers, 4,961 transactions were reported on Treb over the entire month of October. This represents a 49% drop from the same time last year, from October of 2021. Now keep in mind, it was a busy year, but nonetheless, a 49% drop. And month over month, so compared to September, it's 100 transactions less. So needless to say, we are in a slow market. All right, so we all want an update on average housing prices. So here they are. This is an image for average prices for four major property types in Toronto and in the GTA. So we're looking at detached, semi-detached, townhome, and condominium properties. As you can see, a detached home in the city of Toronto is just over 1.6 million. In the GTA, it's about 1.29 million. Semi-detached, just over 1.2, etc., etc. You're welcome to have a look at this, take a screenshot for your records. Let's have a look at these exact same numbers, but the momentum of the prices. Are the prices trending up? Are the prices trending down? In Toronto, prices happen to be down almost 10% year over year. In the GTA, they're down almost 12% year over year. Semi-detached is down, townhomes are down. Now, condominium prices are actually flat year over year in the city of Toronto, and believe it or not, they're up 5.7% year over year in the GTA. So clearly condominiums are performing quite well. So let's take an in-depth look at the condominium market and the prices per square foot and where they're trending. For that, we're going to turn to condos.ca. So here are the stats. You're looking at the condominium average dollar per square foot in Toronto and downtown. As you can see, in Toronto, the average dollar per square foot is $893. In downtown, the average dollar per square foot is $1,047. Now, these numbers actually happen to be down 5.2% month over month and 2.4% month over month compared to the numbers that we had in our previous video. Now, you're not going to find these specific stats anywhere else because I'm purely tracking them based on the previous month, which was the September video, and the numbers we used in that video. Nonetheless, it is meant to give you an idea of the trajectory of the prices in the condominium market, and clearly they are trending down. All right, now it's time for market direction. To track market direction, we look at three stats: months of inventory, sales to new listings ratio, and the total inventory of residential listings. So let's have a look at the Toronto months of inventory. Here we're seeing that we are just into the balanced market, showing 2.6 months of inventory. This pretty much aligns with the findings that we're seeing out there, which is that sellers are simply not listing their properties up for sale. Therefore, the months of inventory are remaining low. 2.6 months, just barely into the balanced market, almost in the seller's market category. Now, on the other side of things, let's look at the sales to new listings ratio. So this will kind of give you an idea of buyer activity. And here you're seeing that only 41% of new listings that are brought to the market over the course of the past month are actually sold. So not only are we tight on inventory from the listing side, so from the seller side, sellers are reluctant to list, but the buyers are actually not active at all, with only 41% of homes that are listed getting sold within 30 days. Last but not least is the total inventory of residential listings. Let's have a look at this graph here. We see that since September, so over the past month to month and a bit, the total inventory of GTA residential listings on MLS have remained flat. So listings have pretty much flatlined, slightly above the seasonal norm, But as I said, hardly any new listings are hitting MLS, and the ones that have are just sitting there, which is why our inventory is pretty much flat. As you can also see, the rental inventory has been actively building. So I am expecting to see a softening in the rental market over the coming months. So rental market, I just mentioned a few seconds ago that I am expecting the rental market to soften. And that's simply because it has gone so high that it is unsustainable, and the salaries that an average Canadian is getting are just not keeping up with the cost of housing and the cost of rent. But let's have a look at the national rent rankings from October of 2022 and see what exactly is happening with rental prices month over month. As you can see in Toronto, one bedroom condominium now costs an average $2,474 to rent, and a two bedroom is $3,361. Now, the one bedrooms are actually up 6.3% month over month, which is just absolutely nuts, and 27.5% year over year. Two bedrooms are slowing down at 2.9%, but they're still up 27.7% year over year. Needless to say, the rental prices have just shot through the roof over the past year or so. If we take a look at Vancouver rental prices, we're seeing that one bedrooms and two bedrooms are pretty much flat month over month, 0.6% and 0.3%. This is what I am expecting to see in the Toronto rental market over the coming months as rental inventory builds and the prices start to level off a little bit, because so far it's been absolutely crazy. As we all know, Vancouver is kind of like a glimpse into the future for Toronto. All right, time for my favorite part, which is the macro picture. So on October the 26th, Bank of Canada, as you all know, once again increased its key interest rate by 50 basis points and brought it to 3.75%. The next Bank of Canada meeting is going to be on December the 7th, and we are expecting another rate hike. I'm actually kind of tired of saying this, but yes, believe it or not, we're still expecting another rate hike. Last Stats Canada CPI report, published on October the 19th, showed inflation. We're tracking inflation because essentially it's the hottest topic, and it's actually what matters that's going to impact the rate hikes. So this CPI report, published on October the 19th, showed inflation at 6.9% in September, which is slightly above expectations, which were 6.8%. Nonetheless, we're still down from the 7% that we saw in August. Needless to say, inflation is looking like it's starting to trend down. One major consideration for the next rate hike, and particularly why I'm so confident on the fact that we are going to see another rate hike, is the action of the Fed. And they increased interest rates on November the 2nd, so just about a week ago, by 75 basis points. So it's a big time hike. And since US and Canada economies are so closely connected, it is quite likely that the Bank of Canada will have to produce another sizable rate hike just to keep up with the Fed. All right, so lastly, the feet on the ground perspective. This is where I give you my anecdotal evidence from what I'm personally seeing out there on the field. I don't have too many crazy updates compared to what we discussed in the previous video for the month of September. But I will say that pre-construction is still struggling along. Resale is still fighting with seller expectations and the lack of listings. The rental market is still scorching hot. But if you're in the market at this time, I will say that where I'm seeing the best deals and the most action for those that are looking for action and looking to pick up real estate is in the assignment market. There is a ton of opportunity in the assignment market for people that are simply unable to qualify for a mortgage at these incredibly high interest rates. A lot of people tried to speculate on pre-construction and are now going to be paying the price. And over the coming months, if you're looking to get a deal on good real estate, brand new real estate, which will always perform well in resale, assignments are a place to look. Thank you guys for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed the October market update. Feel free to share it with your family and friends. I would really appreciate it. smash a like and click subscribe. That would mean a lot to me. Thanks.